YouTube, welcome to Trinity Productions, trinityprosound.com YouTube channel, and today we are going to show you how to build a stage stringer, which is a series of electrical boxes that will allow you to plug in powered monitor speakers, front line, back line, that kind of stuff along a stage. What we are using is the OA Windsor boxes. As you can see here, these boxes are rubberized. They're very rugged, very durable, and we'd like to thank Ken at OA Windsor for sending them to us to do this demo. One of the nice things about these boxes that he did for us, that you can see maybe here, is that he now offers laser engraving on the boxes, that if you want to put your company name on them, you can do that and show some ownership and possession on the boxes themselves. So what we're going to do first is start out and show you the tools that we use. There's only just a few that we use to do this, and some of the supplies that we have to pull this together. And what we're going to do now is just show you, this is the cable cutters and strippers that we use. They are Klein tools. We also have the stripper wire cutters here for cutting the individual, stripping back the individual conductors. Just in case we need it, a pair of diagonal cutters, maybe a screwdriver, but our tool of choice to tighten everything down is the DeWalt. So anyway, what we're going to do is kind of get things laid out here and get things ready, set up on the table, and we'll show you step by step on how to cut the cable ends and how to prepare it. Our particular cable that we're working with today, we are utilizing a number 14. This is Carroll cable. It's a 3-conductor 14 gauge wire. This is SOOW. Before I go any further with that, let me just make sure that we're doing the right thing. And it really is. Yes, it is SOOW. So it's got the thicker jacket on it. It is oil resistant, water resistant type cable. So if you're doing any type of thing within a municipality, government agency and things, this is the puppy you're going to need. So this is the type of wire. It's very heavy duty. It is approved. And it is approved by the electrical code, the NEC, and you won't have any trouble with it. Same with these boxes. These are weather resistant somewhat, but these are going to make a very rugged, durable cable for us. So anyway, sit tight, and I'm going to get things pulled together here and be right back. We're rolling. All right, we're back after a short little pause here. But what we're going to do is start with the dead end box first and go ahead and get that prepared. What we have done is we've pre-cut some lengths of cable. These guys are approximately 20 feet, and that's what we're going to be doing between the boxes. We've made some that have been a little bit shorter than that, 10 to 15 feet, and we find that we need the outlets a little bit farther apart. So that's what we're going to start with. First of all, as you can see here in this shot, we've got the box, and just want to make sure that we're focused nice and good here so you can see. But it's got the Hubble connector on the end, and with that a little clamp nut, and then it's got a little rubberized gasket here that you can see that fits in here in the top of the box, and that goes around the cable. And so what we're going to do is go ahead and get the cable prepared to go in that. What we first want to do, and this is going to be the same procedure for all the boxes, is we're going to take this end cap and slip it over the cable. We then want to take this little guy here, and because it goes into the box, we want to make it sure it goes the other way, but before we do, we've got to put this little guy on so that this clamps down over the cable and over the back of this nut here, and it forces everything into the box. And then this slides over, and then once that all comes together here in the box, then it makes a nice tight fitting up and pulls the cable in and provides the strain relief and everything for it. So as you can see now, the cable shoved all the way in. There is duplex receptacles that are these little guys here. They're Hubble, and we're going to put one of those on each side of the box. These are spec grade type receptacles. They have a very long life to them. They will grab the wire, the plug-ins, and the wires get inserted in the back and screwed down. Don't use cheap home style outlets because they're going to fall apart in no time. So anyway, we're going to go ahead and get these things prepped and prepared. One of the first things that we're going to do is take our little handy dandy cable cutters here and strip back probably, I don't know, maybe 5 inches of the cable here, and we're just going to score it right around, as you can see, and then we're going to just kind of press on it until it breaks open. As you can see there, now the wire is starting to get exposed. This way we don't typically strip it. If we need to, give it a little bit of assistance, we'll nip it a little bit until we can get this thing exposed all the way around. I really like to take a lot of care in the cable to make sure that we don't nick any of the insulation that is under the outer SO jacket. So little nibbles here and there, and we've broken it, and now this stuff's always tight. But there it is, exposed. It's got the inner cord paper wrap around it, and we're just going to go ahead and pull those off to the side, and we cut those out just like that, toss them on the floor, and now we have the cable ends for this dead end box prepared, ready to go, and so we can get it inserted into the box. So anyway, hang tight. Gonna do a little reorganization here and be right back. Okay, we're back. So now what we've done is we've got the plugs out of the boxes here. These are Hubble brand. I'm not sure if you can see the part number on them, but they're HBL 535 2BKs, and very nice, very durable connector for the stage stringers. We've already made some of these, so that's one of the things that in the making of these we're pretty comfortable doing, since we've already got them and have been using them for the past couple of years. So as we get started, the first thing we got to do is these tabs that are showing up here. Get this out of the way. But these tabs that are showing up here, we have to get rid of those because those won't fit in the box. So we just usually twist those and break those little guys off. Because those are more for putting in standard outlet boxes. If you just work those back and forth, little mouse ears will come right off. I call them mouse ears because that's kind of what they look like to me. So anyway, there's the back of the connector, and the little mouse ears are off, and what we're going to do now is go ahead and take the drill and make sure that all these screws are backed out on both sides of the connector, at least on one. The other one, since it dead ends, one of them can be totally cinched down, and the the other one will back off. You have to be really careful when you're doing this with a drill that you don't over torque the back of these little screws and unhook them. There's a little piece inside that clamps the wire, and if you get too much on it, it'll come apart, and then you'll just have to throw the thing away because there's no getting inside this connector to be able to open it up and fix it. So now what we're going to do is go ahead and, since we've already got our cable in prepared, we're going to go ahead and shove this in the box and pull some more wire through here. And we're ready now to get our end of our connector on. So what I'm going to do, I just want to make sure that you can see this and hope to heck that we're in decent focus here. Got a brand new camera and still playing with it. But is to strip these ends back enough to go into the plugs. Like so. And then we just go ahead and twist them around. And get ready so that they can be inserted into the outlets. On the outlets, you're going to see on the sides you've got some gold connectors or gold screws. That's the hot side. On the other side, you've got silver. That's the neutral. And then on one end or the other, you've got a little green screw here. That is your ground. So you want to make sure that the green wire goes where the green goes, the black wire goes to the gold, which is on this side, which is the hot, and then the neutral is going to end up going to the silver side. If you wire these things wrong, you're going to be in deep doo-doo. So what we're going to do is go ahead and get our neutral in first. Get her cinched down. We're going to run our hot leg in. Get it cinched down. And then we're going to end up doing a little bit of prep and show you what we do with these ground wires. So anyway, I'm going to stop the camera, do a little bit of prep, and be right back. Okay, so what I've done now is I've done a little bit of prep and cut a couple of pieces of the neutral and also the hot conductor. We also have picked up some of these, which is a ground with a wire nut on the end of it, and these go inside the boxes. These go on the ground. And we ended up taking one and cutting it off. So what we do is in the boxes we pull together all of the ground wires and put a ground here on the plug and then one on the other one, but we take all of the grounding wires and then wire nut them together and shove them inside the box. This one being that we just have wire dead ending, we only have just two conductors coming into it, and we'll twist that guy on and just make sure you get it really twisted on good, really good, nice and tight. So there, we've got it twisted on, and what we're going to do is go ahead and take one of these and tighten it down onto the ground. Like we did earlier, we've got the other wires in. And then what we're also going to do is then strip out our neutral wire here. And just, with this insulation, just ever so slightly a press with the 12 gauge strippers on this and twist this together on both ends. and you don't break any conductors. There's no conductors coming out, showing up in the insulation. And we'll go ahead and insert that into the neutral side, because this is going to bridge to the other plotter. Nice and tight. And we're going to go ahead and do the same thing with this side of the receptacle and the black wire. Just a nice little press with the cutters. Nice little press with the cutters. A little twist here. A little twist here. All the way inside the plug. And make sure that when you put it in that you're not fraying the wires and having them go all over the place inside the connector, and then just tighten them down. So there we've got the ins with the outs, and then these guys go out and land on our next receptacle. So what we're going to do is pull this back in the box here and get it positioned inside there so that the cable is just barely poking through. So we've got plenty of room to put the rest of the conductors in. We're going to go ahead and bring that little rubber piece back up, and we're going to bring this back onto the back of it, and we're going to end up tightening it down just a little bit so that the cable does not move. Show you there, show you here. So that's on there pretty snug, and it's not going to pull out. And we're going to go ahead and then pass all these conductors through to the other side of the box here, so that we can go ahead and put this one plug in the box. So now we've got everything through. We've got the screws there for it, and what we're going to end up doing is just taking the Makita here, not Makita, the DeWalt, and just go side to side. And run that down. And that's kind of what it looks like for now. You can come back and we can straighten that up when we get ready to put on the covers to the boxes, so that everything lines up nice. But for now, that's going to be it. And now coming out the other side, as you can see here, we've got our other conductors. We've got our ground wire, we've got our neutral, we've got our hot, and kind of frayed them a little bit, but we'll clean that up here. So there we've got it, ready to go. And we're going to go ahead and land our ground on the receptacle here again. And we've got this thing set on like number 4, just to snug them up and make sure that they're tight. We'll take our neutral, and remember, what color goes onto the neutral? Silver. Don't forget that. If you do, you'll have big problems. And we'll flip it back over. Into our connector. Make sure that it doesn't come back out. Ooh, nice and tight. Good and tight. And there we are. So now there's our box. Finished on that side, finished on that side. You see how simple that was? That was very simple. There's there should be more people making these things for their stage setup. So now we've got that in, and what we're going to do is going to take all this extra wire and get it down inside the box. One thing you do want to do though, like on this side here, I've got the grounding prong facing this way on the box. What you want to do is make sure you get the one on the other side doing the same thing so that it looks uniform. Halfway in on that one. A little bit more on that one. A little bit more on that one. And there we go. Complete there, complete there. Then one of the nice things that they end up at OA Windsor shipping with these is these little blank cover plates here that goes on each of the receptacles. And what we do is we just take that guy, and this is a really nice snug fit, and we press those into place. Sometimes we have to have a little bit of help. So now that's all pressed into place. We're going to do the other side, and we'll get that pressed into place. Also, if you ever forget where to order these things, he's got his name. Ken's got the OA Windsor right on the outside of this, and patent numbers and everything, plus the address, so you'll never forget, and you can always find it on the web. So now what we're going to do is press this one in. And there we go, and we're ready to shoot the screws in. So one of the nice things is that in ordering these things from OA Windsor, Ken sends you everything to do it. He'll send you the plugs. He will send you the screws, the covers, the boxes, and you can get these in, these are just double duplex. You can get them in quads, single-ended like this, double-ended like these, so that we go in and out of them. And that's the next box that we're going to put on, and we'll show you how to do one of these as well, coming right up, because this is the box that feeds on down the line towards our plug that plugs into a standard 15 amp receptacle. So I'm going to go ahead and open up the screw packages here and start running some screws in. I won't bore you with all of the 8 screws that are going to go in, and we'll pick up on the other side of running the screws in.